Good afternoon. First, I'll start just by saying for this week, CJ, Amy, and Jalen Petre will be out. Fire away.
What are you looking to see from Davis now that he's getting a second week in a row to
For
be
this
the-
week, I'm looking for Davis just to continue to improve. I thought he went out and did a nice job leading us to a victory on last week. Just looking for him to go out, execute the offense the proper way, get us in the proper calls, and just do his job to the best of his ability.
When you think about your offensive linemen and the options that you guys have, are there particular skill sets that are necessary that maybe this guy has, this guy doesn't have, that makes them a better fit with some of the other guys on the line?
For our offensive line, we're looking for whatever gives us the best chance, the best opportunity to go out and play good football up front, communicate, be on the same page, do what we're asking guys to do, and play good football. That's what we're asking to do. So whoever's out there, that's all I want to see.
On Sunday, Tay talked about Trent Brown and how much he has helped him, and he also talked about just overall the line. He said it's really been about communication. Can you just talk about the growth of him as a rookie, especially in such a key position, how much he's grown?
And Tay has done a really nice job being, kind of goes missing at times when you understand that a rookie is playing left tackle. Really tough position. He's done a good job of being steady. I mean, early on, he had some mistakes, things that happen, that's a given for a rookie, but he's steady. He's been steady the entire time, and that's what I appreciate about him. Like, he's not too high, not too low. He's even keel, executing his job, and having a guy like Trent who's done it for a long time to help him, give him some pointers. I think that's very beneficial to the rookies, and that's very beneficial for our entire league when you have veteran guys who are willing to share, willing to help guys out. Now, they'll give you the information. Now, those guys have to go out and still perform, but it's very helpful. That's how, all the young guys, myself included, coming into the league, you really lean into the veterans and what they're able to teach you. So I'm happy for those guys to build that relationship, and hopefully it continues to flourish.
Watching the film, what is it going to take to be able to stop Tennessee's defensive front, especially the defensive line?
Yeah, Tennessee's defensive line is the strength of their entire team. We know the guys inside are really great players. They can wreck a play at any given time. So to do that, we just have to play with awareness up front. We got to play with toughness. We're going to have to grind. Simmons is a really great player. He's going to play hard each and every snap. There is no let up in him, so we have to outcompete him as best we can, knowing that, he's going to make some plays, right? We got to weather the storm. We got to keep moving forward. We can't allow one play to get us down. We just have to keep pressing. We have to keep mixing it up offensively, running our offense the proper way.
Miles Bryant, he's played nickel, he's played safety, he's played outside corner. Obviously a versatile player. What are some things you see that allows him to be versatile?
Miles is a really smart player. That's why he's able to do multiple things, multiple spots. He's a guy you can trust, a guy you can count on, whatever the situation is. Even if Miles doesn't practice a position, if there's a guy I'm going to throw out there at any given time, it's going to be Miles Bryant, because he's sharp in the classroom, he's sharp on the field, and he's always going to be where he's supposed to be.
What is it about Danielle Hunter that has made him valuable for this defense?
Danielle is arguably one of the best pass rushers in the history of the game. Like, he's shown that time and time again. He's been on the tear here lately. I mean, he's done a fantastic job. And the thing that really sets him apart is when he's exploding off the ball, he's playing with speed to power, right? It's tough to block, really tough to block. And it's really not just him alone. He does have a nice move, but when the guys in the interior are pushing the pocket and really not allowing the quarterback to step up, that's when we're capable of getting the sacks and closing the deal. So Danielle has done a really fantastic job, not just now, but his entire career.
Looking ahead a little bit, how obviously you guys have a Thursday night game next week. With the concussion protocol, how difficult can it be for someone that hasn't, whoever it is, generally speaking, difficult to kind of clear on a short week? Just kind of looking a little ahead.
And when it comes to the concussion protocol, it's every guy is different. So it's a day-to-day process. So I'm not looking to next week and trying to predict what that looks like. I'm looking at the day-to-day process to see, where guys are.
Take a few more. You
You've often talked about kind of the willingness of the offensive lineman to do what you're asking them to do. When you are evaluating, how much of that is the ability to do it, and then like the want and desire, the mental side of like wanting to do it?
Yeah, everybody wants to do it, right? Guys that are in this league, they're in this league because they want to do it. And some guys are better players in this league because they do it better. That's just the nature of where we are. Some guys are better at doing some things than others. So you continue to try to, one thing, you find guys that have the mental toughness, right? And that position there is all about, it's about technique. It's about communication. It's about, not having any grenades go off and just really like being sound and disciplined. That's the one position that you have to be locked in every single snap. Right, the picture changes a lot defensively. They have a lot of moving pictures, a lot of things that happen up front that guys have to communicate. You have to expect things to change. So with those guys up front, you have to be smart. You got to be physical. You got to be tough.
Under the the next man up reality of the league, is Graham Mertz your number two, and how has he progressed if he is since he's joined us as a rookie?
Yeah, Graham has continued to progress, do a good job. He's been running our scout team for the past 2 weeks, and he's done a really good job. Made a really nice throw out there today. He made a really nice play on a seam throw. He's progressing, doing really well. He's taking the mental reps while he's not in physically when our ones are up. He's back, standing behind, right, Davis, taking that rep. Continue to ask him questions. Hey, what are you doing in this situation? What's your read? Just keeping him mentally in tune because we can't give him those reps.
You have some guys who you know are going to start, so their preparation doesn't change. As a coach, is there any like extra appreciation when you have guys like Miles, Trent, even Davis to a certain point that they likely aren't going to play in certain weeks, but they're able to contribute when you need them most?
For those guys, if you're call it a backup in this league, like I'm always impressed with backups because you get the least amount of reps. When your name is called, you're expected to go out there and do it just as if you got all the reps. So it's unfair to the backups in a sense, but also if you are a backup, like what's your preparation like in the background? It has to be spot on. You have to be on top of. You have to have that A+ mentality, right? When you're in the classroom, you're studying at home because you're not getting that rep physically. So those mental reps have to kick up, and you have to dominate every rep you get.
How have you seen Cam Ward grow from the first time you saw him earlier this season?
Yeah, I think where Cam has grown to me, where it's early on, seeing a lot where he was running out of the back of the pocket, trying to make the big play a lot, where you see him trying to settle down. I think offensively, they'll try to settle things down here after the bye week, kind of, not try to take the big plays as much and try to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands a little quicker. So I think that's where the coaching staff will come in and try to help him to settle down even more.
Personality last week, how important has a guy like Aziz been to just add to the team? Well, obviously been both years, but just having him on the team from a personality standpoint, team chemistry standpoint, how vital has he been just with overall?
Yeah, man, Aziz is the glue. Right, he's the heartbeat. He's the glue of our team. Like, he keeps this thing together. Without him, I'm not sure where we would be. Without his leadership, without his mindset, how he shows up every single day, the passion that he brings, the wisdom that he brings to the locker room, out on the field, just like man, I can't say enough great things about Aziz. I love the person who he is and how he's grown and matured, and I'm thankful that he's here in our locker room. Of course, I love the player, love the mentality, but the locker room, the man that he is and what he stands for, what he represents, like there's not a better guy, I'd say, in this league than Aziz.
Last week you showed the video of Danny Williams, his shoulder being popped out and him finishing that heavyweight fight and never quitting on certain moments. That really resonated with a lot of the team, and they said so when we interviewed them after the win. Is there a Saturday night video or film that you're thinking about for this week heading into this one at all?
Yeah, I can't tell you guys all that. No. It's for me, it's everything for me is like, it's in that moment. It's like what I'm feeling at that point in time. So it's not that I have things planned out a week at a time of what I'm showing the guy. I get a pulse of our team, get a feel for where we are, how the week went, and what our guys need to hear in that moment. So I'm not just pre-planning things and showing like when things hit me the right way, I sleep on it. It's in my heart to show the guys, and I feel like, it'll resonate with them. That's what I'll show them.
Obviously, it's not the goal, but just to get back to 500, that benchmark, what does that mean for you guys? Is it important?
We want to win the football game. That's the most important thing. Really don't care about all. It's just, can we win a football game? And what does that take? Like, it takes guys having that will to go win, that determination and go finish. It takes guys being locked in on their assignments, doing it to the best of their ability, and again, not blinking. 4 quarters of disciplined football and finishing. That's all that matters to me.
Coach, with the league always pushing towards more safety in the game, and especially about protecting quarterbacks. This is the second time in CJ's career he's had to deal with concussions, and then there's other, franchise star quarterbacks around the league that has dealt with concussions throughout their career as well. Could you see the league potentially moving towards making the quarterbacks wear the guardian caps just to protect them from concussion protocol?
When it comes to the protection of the quarterbacks, I think the league has done a good job of really changing the position-specific helmets. So quarterbacks actually have a position-specific helmet that's designed to help them, right, limit the concussions or the impact once they hit the ground, right? And if we had to take it a step further to the guardian cap as well, I think for me and for everybody, man, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure these guys are as healthy as possible. Whatever team you're on, whoever you play for, it's about the person first and foremost, and you never want to see anybody, especially battle the concussions, right? That's a delicate situation, and you don't want to see guys go through it. It's tough watching guys have to go through that, and so whatever we have to do, and I know it's, you play a physical game, some things you can't, truly control how that impact happens, but I think the league's done a good job of changing the position-specific helmets for the lineman, for the quarterback, and they continue to advance and progress the helmet protocol to make sure we have the safest equipment possible.
And I just want to say, with you being able to step away from football on yesterday to attend the funeral of one of your friends, how much did that just bring back to reality that it's more than just about this game, it's about the friendships and the relationship that you develop?
Yeah, thank you for that, man. It's everything, the relationships, the people, like who you touch, who you impact, like every day. So I say, man, every day is a great day, like to bring joy to someone's life. And we get to do football. It's entertainment, but we also understand that, man, it's real life. And everybody has families and loved ones that they care about. So for all of us, it's like, man, show love to everybody. Treat people how you want to be treated. Show people, right, that kindness, right, that we all don't deserve, but you just show it anyway to everybody. And that's what it's all about, man. How you treat, how you love other people, that's what we should do. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Just was talking about how the confidence they have in you to QB1 again on Sunday. How much did this last game, if anything, kind of give you sort of a comfort zone, having had a chance to prepare for the start?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously going out and winning games adds to your confidence and comfortability out there. But, I mean, I think every week's different. We got another tough opponent looking forward to Tennessee this weekend. And, I mean, we got to prepare extremely well this week and go out there and execute. That's all it boils down to. So that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what we're trying to do throughout the week.
Nico Collins had 15 targets in the game on Sunday, the season high, tied his career high. Is that something that is built in, hey, we want to get Nico the football, or is that just, hey, you see it from the spot, you know how good Nico is, you try to get him the ball? What kind of goes into getting him that many looks?
Yeah, I think it's, a little bit of both of that. I think they were giving us some looks where he was isolated in one-on-one coverage, and we liked the matchup. And then there were other things where we were trying to scheme him to get him open. Nico is extremely explosive with the ball in his hand, and, as many times we can get him the ball, good things usually happen for us. So, and it also, if defenses start covering him, it opens up a lot of our other guys too. So I think when he's playing well, I think our whole offense is going to do well. But I don't think anything was forced. It was just Nico's going to make a play. He's open. He's running good routes. He's on time. My offensive line's doing a great job protecting. Obviously we want to try to get him the ball.
A little bit to that point. I know everything's like a game to game, but what did you like that you guys did as a unit that you can carry over to the next week to kind of get the unit as a whole to keep going and be more consistent?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job just operating in and out of the huddle, getting up to the line fast, where we were able to kind of get in some advantageous looks, especially in the run game, but in the pass game as well with some play action stuff. I think that, works for us every defense. And then a lot of it was just kind of going back and leaning on a lot of comfort pass concepts and then having twist off of them, making a lot of different things look the same. That's kind of what we leaned into and what I was talking with Kales about last week about what I kind of wanted from it. And he was able to put a really good plan together, and we were able to go out and execute that.
This season, you and CJ, of course, have used your legs more to get out of the pocket. Even on your touchdown run, you was able to slide up a little bit, and then we seen the end results. Has there been an emphasis in Nick Caley's offense for you all to be able to use your legs more, or get out of the pocket quicker?
Yeah, we have moved the pockets and ways to get us out of the pocket that are designed, and then a big thing that Gerard's been talking to us about in the QB room is always pushing forward in the pocket. Nothing really good ever happens when you're escaping outside the tackles. You get a lot of holding penalties or guys falling off late, and you end up getting sacked or have to throw it away. So the more you can command up through the pocket, the defense kind of will sometimes fall off their guy and come up and try to get you, and as long as you remain a passer, you can find someone open in your progression. Or, you can take off and get the free yards that the defense getting you and get down. So I think really moving up in the pocket and kind of letting the rush develop and being able to access the defense internally is usually advantageous.
On that run, what made you come out of the pocket like that? Was it because you seen the backs of the defenders?
It was kind of just you're not looking at the rush when you're dropping back. I'm looking through my progression and at my receivers and the space in the defense, and kind of feel the people around you. And I felt something off my right edge as space was opening up to my left, so kind of just naturally start moving that way. And as I'm moving, it kind of just opened up, and I saw no one was really playing me, and I could take off.
Touch on this. Go ahead.
You talked about the Tennessee game 2 years ago where they went with Case kind of motivating you. Is there any extra, I don't know, just feelings, the fact that you get that opportunity now to go back to that place where that area of motivation took place?
No, that's in the past. I'm really focused on what's going to happen this week. We got another tough opponent, like I said before, and we got to execute our game plan at a high level if we want to go out and win this thing.
You kind of touched on it and talked with Kaylee about what you like, but as a backup quarterback, how much input do you have? How much does he go to you, week to week? How much do you change? What's that relationship like as a backup?
Yeah, I think that's one of the strengths of our quarterback room. I think everyone has a very open dialogue, and we talk through pretty much all the play calls that are going in the plan and people's comfort levels. And I mean, even when I wasn't playing and CJ was taking all the snaps throughout the game, there's still kind of some dialogue to make sure if you ever get thrown in there, like what are some of your favorites as well, because anything can happen on game day. So I think that's something that just as a room, and most quarterback rooms throughout the league probably do that as well. But I think I've said it before, I don't think he has an ego at all. He's open to really trying anything, and as long as it works and as long as it's sound football-wise, he's willing to take a shot. And the way we can build things off of what we've shown on tape and keep getting better as an offense, I mean, everyone's willing to strive for.
What's the challenge in going against a team that you've already faced this year, who knows your tendencies, and how do you not look past a team that doesn't have a great record?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about in the team meeting today and watching film, like these guys play hard. The record is what it is, but I mean, they're coming out. There's NFL players on that team as well. They're paid to do the job, and just like we are, so we know they're talented and have the capability of winning the game. But we got to go out and execute and play at a really high level and kind of take things in our own hands to go out there and to try to win this game. We can't sit back and start off slow and try to fall into something. We got to be the aggressors and go out there and execute.
Follow up on that. I mean, as you said, the record is what it is. Obviously, last time you were a full-time starter in 2022, obviously the Texans record wasn't the best. So how much can you lean on that experience as to, because that year you guys, majority of the weeks, played hard, did everything you guys could to get the win. So how much can you lean on that as like a reminder that this team isn't just going to lay over you guys to win?
Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's also what I said. I mean, every player in the NFL is extremely talented. They wouldn't be in their position if they weren't. So, I mean, anything can happen. We got to go out there and not worry about the other team's record and go out there and play a really good football team and focus on ourselves, and the results will come.
Davis, you all were able to overcome that deficit in the fourth quarter, but that's probably not a position that you want to be in. Like, how do you learn from that game on things not to do to not be in that position?
Yeah, exactly. We got to go out there and start fast, be efficient, move the ball, and score points in the red zone. Keep drives alive on third down, but ultimately it comes down to scoring more points than the other team, and it's nice when you can do that early in the game and start running the ball later in the game and burning clock and getting 4-minute mode and rely on your defense to keep getting you the ball back so you can burn more time. So, I mean, that's ideal, but anything can happen on game day, like I said, but I think a big part of it is starting fast and going out there and scoring more points.
What are some of the things that you think that you can do to help the offensive line this week going up against such a ferocious and aggressive defensive line?
I mean, a big thing, my job is going to be getting the ball out on time, finding the quiet spot in the pocket where they can really set their blocks and anchor, and just communicate. Our offensive line, especially Jake at center, does a great job doing that, but I'm echoing all the calls and getting the ball out on time where some of their tougher blocks might not be so tough because the ball's already out. So I'm going to try to help them out, but when there's plays where I need to hold on the ball to let routes develop, we're going to try to protect as best we can and get the ball up. So I think it goes both ways, but I think just playing efficiently and taking what the defense has given me should help those guys.
We got time for a few more, y'all.
Post-game, Dalton said it seemed like you were too calm, almost like he needed you to speak up a little bit because he couldn't really hear the plays. This week, have you been able to, anyway, feel a little bit more comfortable with this role going into it, and how has that communication with you guys in the huddle, maybe in any way gotten a little louder?
Yeah, I think some of it is credit to our fans at NRG being quiet when we're on offense, and I was communicating in the huddle, and I didn't want to say something too loud where the defense can hear me because they're only standing 5 yards away. So, take that with a grain of salt, but I think a big part of it is just like communicating really well, making sure everybody knows the plan and knows their job once we're in the huddle, and breaking it and getting up there and going to execute. So I wouldn't say I'm not uncomfortable and I'm whispering out there, but it's funny. It's funny that happened.
To follow up on that, a lot of other offensive players said the same thing about your demeanor, and you stay calm, you stay cool. So what does get Davis Mills rattled? Does anything?
Not much. I've kind of always had that mindset, just being calm. I've always been pretty analytical, where stuff that happens in the past like doesn't bother me too much. I can't do anything about it, and I'm ready to kind of attack what's ahead and what's in the current moment. It's funny. My wife used to get mad at me sometimes, like she'd ask me a question or kind of want to argue a little bit, and I like wouldn't react. She's like, "Why are you not mad?" I was like, "It is what it is. Like, we'll figure it out." So.
Thank you. That's how you got into Stanford.
In your last 2 starts, both have been memorable, unpowerful wins and comeback and things of that nature. What, just from your recollection, what is it like to be in those type of games where you do kind of pull off an improbable comeback?
It's fun. I mean, the game's not over till the clock says 0, so I've never had the mindset where you're giving up or going out there to get through it. You're going out there to win the game every play. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing. Not a lot of guys in the NFL lay down when they're losing, especially this past week. Everyone is extremely confident in our abilities, and we think we can beat anybody. So that's the mindset we have every snap.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll be back.